Ba-ba-da-ba. Hawaii, great show tonight. It's a Thursday. Always a good crowd on a Thursday. Great show for you tonight. We got the King of Vegas, Wayne Newton. Very funny baseball announcer, Joe Garagiola with us. And a hot new greasy Spanish singer, Gloria Allred. No, I'm sorry.
Estefan.
Gloria Estefan. I was going to say Steinem. It's going to be a wacky show. I started writing down the guest names as you were playing I had Gloria and I forgot. It was going to be Steinem, which is more of that era. Anyways, how are you? How you is? What it was? Cocaine. I just plugged my ears by doing that. Real quick, you guys, I've just added a new tour date in Fort Myers. I think that's the Snappers one, right? Don't tell me I have another one. Fort Myers, Florida. Get tickets to these and all my live shows at nickdip.com. Anyways, Red Sox won their fourth game in a row. Might not be too late. Yankees have been stinking it up since the All-Star break. And we're still never going to catch them. But we only have 7 teams in front of us we have to jump. But, it's all we're still 4 out, and we're getting healthy. Kike's back. They said he had hip problem, right, for almost 2 months. They stick a needle in there into his hip to draw blood out that's building up fluid and shit. He passes out twice while they're doing it and comes to. What are you doing? No anesthesia? Shit? What? And I like Tommy Pham. I hope they keep him. Angry brother. He's all business. He's got that face. It never changes. He hits a double. Every time somebody on the Sox hits a double, they do some stupid thing when they get, to their dugout. They do this, and they go like this to the bullpen, whatever, all that shit. He doesn't do anything. I saw him last night get a double, and everybody's going, you could see the dugout, and he's just staring off into space. Fucking love him. I'd keep Hosmer's the only one who hasn't been delivering, and he's the best. Anyway, you guys don't want to hear this shit. Anyways, Ted Williams died a long time ago. All righty then. Let's get to the destruction of a once great country. You're watching it before your eyes. Just remember, don't be shocked when you read this shit. It's all intentional. It's all somebody's agenda. Whether it's George Soros or fucking Betty Grable. I don't know who the fuck. I'm just saying. The news is getting more brutal. I opened the New York Post this morning. Front page. I mean, this happens in New York a lot, but it's how black cab driver, like an immigrant over here trying to make an honest living, surrounded by like 5 black teens in the Bronx. Of course, one of them knocks him out. Guy smashes his head, dies. I could report 3 of those a day. And I said to Dallas just now, and I don't give a fuck if people think it's racist or not. There's a lot of people who grew up in single-family homes that don't turn into demons. Can somebody explain it to me why one certain culture is that fucking by? Oh, the slavery thing. Get the fuck out. What is it? I don't know, but fix it. Guy had 2 little girls. I told you about it. I didn't want to, I could report this every day. And if you draw a conclusion about the culture of those people, you're a bigot and a fucking racist. It's all planned, folks. It's all part of the game. They're letting scumbags out everywhere. Let's get to, let's stay in New York, actually. Hold on, let me take a sip. I smoked a bubblegum cigar. Sorry, that was right into the mic. Somebody's pissed right now. New York City hotel maids is the headline. I made it up. Servicing future hotel maids. What does that mean? Shut up and I'll tell you. For weeks, Texas, as you know, Governor Greg Abbott has sent buses filled with border crosses to New York City, a rigorous sanctuary city that shields and protects illegal aliens from arrest and deportation by the Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE agency. And, so they take pride in being a sanctuary city. I'm loving it. I'm loving it because, see, they don't like it now. Now they have to put their money where their mouth is. Abbott's just giving them a taste of what Texas border towns go through every day. Just a taste, not even half as bad. See, they all yap a big game, the libs. That when the rubber hits the road, their plans fall apart. Now it's affecting their lives. I love Abbott for doing this. I always thought he's kind of a rhino. He said something bad about Trump once, maybe. But anyways, this is a very, even what's his name? Some Democrats said this is actually pretty bright on his part. Mayor Eric Adams, who, by the way, has been the biggest disappointment. Yeah, I predicted it. This guy, he's just excited to be in the news every day. He goes to the gala. He doesn't fucking, this is the law and order guy? Mayor Eric Adams, a supporter of the city's sanctuary policy, has called on New Yorkers to get on board with waves of illegal immigration sent to New York City, while also calling the migrant buses horrific and suggesting he will retaliate against Abbott.
You fucking hypocrite.
Exactly. How are you going to retaliate? You'd be doing New Yorkers a favor, you put them on a bus to Dallas. Are you kidding me? Adams, according to the New York Post, is planning a housing, initiative that would provide, listen to this, nearly 6,000, not just hotel rooms, luxury hotel rooms, to border crossers arriving on the buses. These are the rooms they'll be cleaning in a year or so. The Departments of Homeland Services, Homeless Services, not Homeland, they have a Department of Homeless Services.
Doing a real good job.
There you go. Had previously asked nonprofit social service providers to send in proposals to rent rooms and provide aid for 600 families set to be housed in a luxury midtown hotel called The Row on 8th Avenue. I can't believe what I am seeing. And you can't put them in a warehouse like you did when COVID hit. You can't build something, put them on a ship temporarily. Guys, the Dems have both feet on the gas to take this country and turn it into the third world dump. And again, I know I have to say, these people are just here looking for work, which is true of most of them. So get in line. Get in fucking line. Don't come across the river, take a bus, and expect to. And guess who doesn't like it? Mr. Open Borders himself, Eric. Anna would come on top of the estimated 200 already secured. Put them in a Motel 6, for Christ. Something there. Super 8, Super Ocho. And providing housing for families at the Skyline Hotel on 10th Avenue. The housing plan for border crossers comes, and here's the rub here, as rents for New York City residents, actual people from here, have skyrocketed to the levels they're at, that they're pushing working and middle-class communities further out of the area, okay? Which is exactly what they want.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
White flight. It's not white anymore. This is actually all colors going, we can't handle this. In June, listen to this for you people who live in cities with decent rents. In June, rents across New York City hit an average of $3,500 a month. Why wouldn't you? Go get a house, take out a mortgage. Get some space at least. $3,500 a month. By borough, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Manhattan itself is $4,100. And let me tell you, folks, you get nothing for that. The average rent in Brooklyn, where every day we report a stabbing or a punch in the face, $3,000 a month. There are nice sections that will be destroyed soon. And the average rent in Queens is now $2,500 a month. I lived there in the late 90s, early 2000s. I lived in Astoria. I was paying $1,250 a month for a big, spacious one bedroom. And Astoria's like a nice part of Queens. Today, annually, the United States imports more than, get this, 1 million legal immigrants, that's with an L, on green cards, and another 1.5 million foreign workers on temporary work visas. And you know what happens when they expire? Oh, I'm sure they go right back home. To take American jobs, and that's what is happening. You can deny it all you want. It is called the replacement theory is real. In addition, millions of illegal aliens are added to the population every few years. Dude, you're not going to recognize this place in about a year and a half, especially with dopes like this running the scene.
Fuck Joe Biden! Fuck Joe Biden!
I'll tell you something. Hey, did something just go out? Is this more of Adams talking? Yep. Let's listen to what Sweetheart has to say.
Already have an overburdened shelter system. So now we're talking about, as you stated, food, clothing, school. This is going to impact our schools because we do not turn away individuals because they're undocumented.
Oh, poor you.
Colicky mayor. Is it going to impact you? Is it a burden? It's going to be a burden up in this motherfucker. Yeah. That's called being a sanctuary city. Enjoy. Wait till these kids grow up a little, and then there's rapes and the violence goes through the roof even more than it is, if that's even possible. So, again, congratulations, left, on destroying the country. You guys, I got to admit, you're great at it. You're moving at lightning speed. And I wish there were lefties to hear this. I don't know. It's hard to make this shit funny. I'm going to bring in dick jokes and Jew jokes and fucking black jokes and Italian and Jew dick jokes. Jiu-jitsu jokes. Anyways, let's move on to another liberal dump. I am so embarrassed about my hometown. I grew up, 20 minutes from Boston in the suburbs. Boston's Children's Hospital, everybody's gone to it that grew up in Massachusetts. The headline, hospital is insane. What do you mean by that? Oh, they go cool. I'm going to show you some clips of doctors that are working. Apparently, they've become like a nice clearinghouse for trans people. And this is the Boston Children's Hospital. They're offering services where they'll lop your son's tits off or sew them on. I can't even. Well, it's like a Midas muffler. They put you up on the. Go ahead, Billy. Go out there and be Pam. It's getting freakish out there. But this is a hospital that's world renowned. People literally send their kids when they're sick. You don't get better than hospitals in the Boston area. At least you didn't. But again, now I'm 60, and they're being run by broads that look like they just graduated a junior college, up in upstate New York. But this is a whole trans thing. Apparently, they'll do, again, we're welcoming. And anyways, I'll let these broads speak. I mean, these women. I don't want to be sexist. Roll these whores.
The eligibility for getting gender-affirming surgeries at Boston Children's Hospital is basically the same as it would be for most other hospitals or surgeons in the United States. And that's the case because we all follow the World Professional Association for Transgender Health.
Pause. The World Profession Association for Gender Health. You see the global, even though I'd say this, again, globally, how many trans are there in the world? And again, I don't have a problem with it if you're like 17 and, you got a voice like, and you're a woman, but you're a guy. I get it. But now they're doing it to kids. Teachers are having conversations that the parents should be privy of and shit. And look at this. Where did they get this carrot top like freak? Look at the... I'm sorry. I'm sure she's very smart. She's like Adrian and Rocky. Oh, my mother said to me, you weren't born with much of a body. You better use your brain.
My father said he happened to me. You weren't born with much of a brain. You better use your brain. What?
Listen to Sparky here, who's scaring the shit out of me by staring at me.
Path standards of care. For top surgery, you are requested, but not required, to have been on gender-affirming hormones for at least a year. If you're a trans woman, it's really encouraged that you be on estrogen for at least a year because you want to maximize your natural breast growth. Many surgical centers require you to be 18. At Boston Children's Hospital, for top surgeries, we'll see people as young as age 15 if they've been affirmed in their gender for a long period of time and don't really have any other life complications that make surgery inappropriate.
Who slit her throat? Look. See that line? Yep. That used to be an Adams album.
Get out of my room, you sick cunt.
That goes in the previews. I don't give a shit. That's the stuff I like. Look at her, the poor thing. 15 years old, you want your daughters in there? I don't even think they do. They require parents even be involved. It's friggin', think it's bad? We got another doctor for you. This is what passes as a doctor now. Nick, don't be sexist. I know, but she's young and doesn't sound like a doctor. Go ahead.
Gender-affirming hysterectomy is very similar to most hysterectomies that occur. A hysterectomy itself is the removal of the uterus, the cervix, which is the open.
I know what it is. I used to do them in high school. I'd numb them up with an ice cube, then I'd get one of those pliers. That's a doctor, or is she a secretary at a roofing company? Go ahead.
Of the uterus and the fallopian tubes, which are attached to the sides of the uterus. Some gender-affirming hysterectomies will also include the removal of the ovaries, but that's technically a separate procedure called bilateral oophorectomy. And not every gender-affirming hysterectomy includes that, and people who are getting gender-affirming hysterectomies do not have to have their ovaries removed.
Thank God. That hurts. You ever have your ovaries removed, Alex? Jesus, does that sting? She's very bangable, but is that a doctor? That's a doctor.
Like this?
I mean, yet she's a valley girl. Her voice goes up at the end. I guess I'm just getting old. I guarantee she says important. It's very important. Very important about your fallopian tubes. Oh, my God. At a children's hospital. So you people all over the world, again, if you want little Davy to turn into little Diane, get on a helicopter and hopefully you'll crash in Cambridge. You heard me. You heard me. You know what I say to those broads?
It's not going to be long before you all kill yourselves because you're all crazy. And you can project it back on me.
That girl was hot. Anyways, reminded me of somebody. Corinne Conway, 4th grade. She's the one I pulled her chair out. And that's how I showed I liked her. She sat in front of me. I pulled the chair out. I've told this on it. She split her chin on her desk. That's how you made a girl fall in love with you. You fucking break her 5th vertebrae. Hey, this show is entirely supported by you and a drug cartel in Tijuana. By you, the listeners. Thank you to those who joined Patreon in the past week. This is exciting to me. We're getting new paying members. And those who made contributions, please continue to do so. And I promise I'll keep working to spread honest and direct comedy and commentary through the show. I try to get rid of the commentary, but the news is heavier than, Roseanne. There you go, Roseanne. No, heavier than Whoopi. Ugh. You can contribute at nicktip.com, and I'll read your name on the show. It'll change your life. People will be mobbing your house. I'm telling you. Anyways, let's move on to the next story. See what else is going on in this country. What is this? Oh, boy. We'll stay on the gender, sort of a gender dysphoria, whatever you guys want to call it. He said, she said, he said. The 4th United States Circuit Court, the best one, of Appeals ruled on Tuesday that the Americans with Disabilities Act, that would be the ADA, protects transsexuals from discrimination, all 6 of them across the world. Although in this, so they're admitting it's a disability? Well, at least we're making some headway. Although in this case, discrimination referred to, among other things, prison officials placing a man, this is considered discrimination, who claimed to be a woman in a men's prison. Sounds like they're doing the right thing to me.
Please give me call.
Right? Excuse me. The implications for the application of the ADA are believed to be far-reaching. Yeah, right into your pants. This ruling is the result of a lawsuit filed on behalf of 41-year-old former Fairfax County Correctional Center inmate and defensive back for the Dallas Cowboys, Kay Williams. I'm kidding about the Cowboys part. Look at those beautiful. Boy, that just says home, doesn't it? In November 2018, Williams, the inmate, was initially, again, a guy who has genitalia of a male, but is calling himself a woman. So under the laws now, you're supposed to put him in a woman's prison. But we did a report earlier this year where that guy impregnated a couple, remember? I don't think it was this guy, but you see the problems. Any 2-year-old could see what's coming. In November 2018, Williams was initially placed amongst female inmates. This has always been a dream of mine. And provided women's underwear, which I have a ton of, very overrated. You fart once and you blow the crotch. It must be made in Korea. However, upon prison nurse Jing Wang, she's very good. She's the Nurse Ratchet of Beijing. Nurse Xing Wang, discovering that Williams had male genitalia. I wonder how she discovered that. Williams was then housed with other male prisoners, which sounds like the nurse did the right thing, no?
Perhaps you'd like me to come in there and wash your dick for you.
Upon Williams' release in 2019, the inmate Williams sued Fairfax County Sheriff Stacy Kincaid, prison nurse, also prison nurse Xing Wang, and another defendant referred to in court documents as Deputy Garcia. The lawsuit alleged that Williams had been subjected to violations of the ADA, the U.S. Constitution. Really, is something the Constitution protecting a trend that came up 10 minutes ago? And common law, that during Williams' 6-month stint in jail, Williams experienced delays in medical treatment. Who hasn't in a prison? Was harassed by other inmates. That never happens. And faced, you're a guy claiming to be a woman in a men's prison and you got picked on? Get out. And intentional misgendering. Why don't you talk about the 400 packs of cool cigarettes you were worth? Persistent and intentional misgendering and harassment by prison deputies.
I don't like your jerk-off name.
I'm sure he got a lot of that.
I don't like your jerk-off face. I don't like your jerk-off behavior. And I don't like you. Jerk off.
Now get back in your cell and wash your hole. Kincaid argued that gender dysphoria, that was my screen name when I used to try to pick up.
Your gamer name. Gender dysphoria.
Gender dysphoria. It's a great name. I dated a gender dysphoria. We called her Jen. Which Williams claimed prison officials had failed to adequately treat, was not you're supposed to treat him in jail? Was not a disability under the ADA, as it is an identity disorder not resulting from physical impairments. The Hill indicated that Kincaid's assertion was in fact correct, based on the ADA itself, adopted in 1990. But here comes the asshole.
The court's in session. The court's in session now. Here come the judge.
Here come the lib. Here come the lib. Circuit Court Judge Diana Motz. Oh my God, it's Tootsie. That's Dustin Hoffman. That's Tootsie. Oh my God. Diana Motz struck a distinction between gender dysphoria and gender identity disorder, citing the American Psychiatric Association's 2013 update of its original diagnosis, claiming that gender dysphoria has, in quotes, known physical basis and concerns itself primarily with distress and other disabling symptoms, Mott cited with Williams. Oh, God. So does just being in jail in general. Motz also noted that should gender dysphoria and gender identity not be categorically distinct, Williams' dysphoria, are you following this, would still be covered under the ADA as it had a known physical basis.
Christy, get down on your knees so Sabrina can see your asshole.
Translator, please. Once again, the lib judge comes in. So in other words, the nurse and everybody were doing the right thing by putting him amongst men, right? But now, again, they play with words. It's wordplay. Dysphoria, just, it has a physical basis, it says. But no, not according to her, Tootsie. Boy, I'm glad I still like girls. With cocks, said Jimmy Norton. One funny son of a bitch. Let's stay on this is some heterosexual news. Can you handle it? Kiss of death. Fredo, you broke my heart. A Tennessee woman allegedly slipped meth to an inmate. It says, though a kiss. Unbelievable. Through a kiss during a jailhouse visit and was hit with murder charges after the prisoner died. Oh, my God.
He's gone, and we couldn't do nothing about it.
Now, I'm a little confused. I'll read this to you. First of all, was it intentional? I mean, is there intent there? Did she spit it down in the guise of a French kiss, or did it slip down there by accident? I've had a girl like spit a big piece of purple bubblicious down my throat while I was kissing her. You know, her name was Aisha from the Bronx. Anyways, Rachel Dollard, 33, allegedly hid a balloon containing a half ounce of speed in her mouth and passed it orally to Joshua Brown at the Turney Center Industrial Complex it says only in February. Oh, only in February, the Tennessee Department of Correction said in a statement on Tuesday. Brown, who had been serving, that's him on the right. Who does he look like? He looks like somebody famous. Been serving an 11-year sentence on drug-related charges. Mother of God. Overdosed and died at a local hospital, the Corrections Department said.
Squeal!
I don't know why. That's her on the left in the police car. She didn't look that upset, does she? I'm guessing it's an accident, right? Don't you swallow by accident? I don't get that. I really don't understand this story. Dollard was arrested last week. I know it's illegal to bring drugs in like that. You know, I know all that, but I'm saying, was that her intent? Dollard was arrested last weekend for the alleged deadly smooch and charged with second-degree murder and smuggling contraband into the prison, according to officials. So that girl ain't going to see the light of day. She looks very relaxed in the cop car.
Bye-bye, dickhead.
In 2017, this is a different story. Melissa Ann Blair of Oregon, there she is. Looks like a defensive end for somebody. Was sentenced to 2 years behind bars after her inmate boyfriend died from her meth-laden kiss. This is the worst reporting I have ever, seriously. 2 balloons ruptured in her boyfriend's stomach, and he died of methamphetamine toxicity, prosecutors said.
Delicious.
Thank you.
Okay, and that's the end of the story. You don't, when you kiss somebody, the guy's getting kissed or expecting the drugs to be transferred. Now, do they swallow them and hope to shit them out once they're in their cell?
Maybe, or they just keep it in their mouth like they did walking in, and then they go back to their cell and then just do it up.
Well, no. This second guy swallowed it, right?
Probably not. Yeah, probably didn't mean to. I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they want to shit it out. And
that's what I mean.
It's,
because after the visit, maybe they probably frisk you, I'm guessing, right? After somebody visits you. First of all, you're not supposed to have any contact, at least in the Goodfellas. Promise me she won't come here anymore. I can't control what she does. Come on, Janice. I mean, Karen. Anyhow, that story left out, again, just dog shit reporting. I mean, I'm guessing both girls didn't intend to kill their boyfriends. It's not like they weren't the best looking. It's not like the dick wagon pulled up in front of their house every morning. But let that be a lesson to you. I like when girls spit pizza into my mouth. I mean, when I was single. I'm too... I don't know what to say. End of story. What am I doing? I'm doing Joe Biden. End of story. Repeat statistics. Inflation's going down. He's out there just going, 3 people got jobs. We're on a tear. Unbelievable, just lying at people. Let me remind you people, because I love you so much, make sure you grab an official Nick DiPaolo Show t-shirt, hat, or mug for yourself or for someone else today. Purchasing merch is another way to help support this show and also be the best dressed guy or gal or tranny in town. I also love getting pictures sent in of 14-year-old boys in my t-shirts. Yeah. Kidding, said Nick. Or your kids or dogs, whatever, wearing the stuff. It does. It's a lot of fun. Please do that. I want to see a Great Dane with a giant pair of balls with a Nick DiPaolo hat on, chasing a kitten. Just go to nickdip.com and click on my mother's tits. Again, that's nickdip.com and click on my mother's tits. Thank you. Headline, woman, singular, rides guy on ride. Oh, boy. A couple was arrested for having sex on a Ferris wheel. This doesn't bother me at all. I know, again, I understand. If you're family, you got kids there, you might not want to see them. But how much of a glimpse can you? Well, I guess it's a Ferris wheel. You're looking down it. I don't know. I never rode one of those. Those are too crazy for me. The speed and the rush is too much. For having sex on a Ferris wheel at an amusement park in Ohio after some witnesses reported the not-so-family-friendly incident, according to local reports. Come on, Susie, get on the Ferris wheel with me. I'm not going to do anything. What? Get back. That's my panties. Oh! You want to go around again? Sure. The couple, both 32 years old, that means she still had a decent ass, was allegedly seen having sex in one of the cars. Since one of their cars on a Ferris, well, I guess they're like gondolas now. I used to like the open seat ones that you could fall on. On the Cedar Point amusement parks, giant wheel attraction. That's not it, I hope. But that's not it. There's your Ferris wheel. Oh, you can't blame them. Look at the view of the ocean.
It's Rainbow Bright.
It's what?
It's Rainbow Bright.
Yeah. Oh my God. Is that what that is? No, that's an accident, right? That's not why that's. Who knows? You're probably right. Other park goers on the ride were jerking off and laughing. No. Somebody got cum in my popcorn, yelled Nancy. Oh my God, there's a load in my cotton candy, yelled Davy. Other park goers on the ride, including 2 juveniles, complained to its operators about the incident, saying they saw that. Well, now, when I was a juvenile, I would have been like, can I go on again? I'll buy their tickets. Saying they saw the couple naked, God lucky, and their cart was shaking back and forth. When the girl accused of blowing the guy was asked if she'd like to go on more rides, she said,
well, baby, me so horny. Me so horny. You keep lying. Me love you.
You keep lying. The group said that the couple knew that they were watching and started laughing and continued their behavior. My type of people. The couple initially denied having sex on the ride. How do you do that? Oh, are they inside that thing? Yeah. Well, what fun is that? You should be sitting out in the open, no? It's a bathtub. The couple, how can you see anybody? Is there a roof on it? I can't even follow this story. Time to get out of the news business. The couple initially denied having sex on the ride, which climbs to a height of 145 feet, 8 inches. The Akron Beach Journal reported. 32-year-old woman claimed that, listen to the excuse they use. I think this is why they better get busted. It's fucking, who taught you to lie? She claimed that she dropped a pack of cigarettes from her shorts that she was wearing under her dress, and her partner helped to pick those up for 25 minutes.
Oh, that dirty cocksucker.
I guess I guess it wasn't like Rain Man. He didn't count them. Would you drop a carton? It was like 35 minutes. Police said the couple later admitted to having sex on the ride. The couple was arrested and charged with public indecency, which, come on.
You're out of order.
I am not.
You're out of order.
Trying to get some stink finger on a ride.
Out of order. You're out of order.
The cops let the couple go when the boyfriend won a giant teddy bear throwing softballs at a retarded kid. Why, Nick? Why? Is this the final story? Final story on a Thursday, which is like a Friday. For us, anyway. Sorry, folks. You're still working at a 5-day work week. Come on, Jimmy. I ain't working out today. I'm going to go right to my favorite bar where there's nobody. God, it's the worst run place ever. Yet I keep going back. Shitty music. When did the default music, and I know I've asked this question, again, why is the default music that house music that black 15-year-old girls like? And it has been. I've been complaining about this for at least 20 years. Whether you're in an apartment store, whether you're in an elevator, whether you're at a diner, it's always that fucking soulless drum machine, dog shit. And this is like a sports bar. Did I already complain on the show about this? I think I did. I go, look around. A table of white people having lunch. 2 black people in their 70s. You think they're digging this shit? And they look at me and they go, corporate makes us. Oh, do they really? Let me in the kitchen. Then I go in the kitchen. I end up frying all kinds of delicious. Anyways, finally tonight on Meet My Mother's Black Ass, Communist City shits the bed. I think that says it perfectly. Drastic times call for drastic measures. In a similar situation, residents in Portland, that's Oregon, chose to set up camp outside their homes after selling them. Do you understand that first paragraph? I don't even get that either. The people who sold their homes set up camp outside their homes after selling them to escape the worsening homeless crisis. That makes... It doesn't, right? I'm not retarded. The rest of it will make sense, folks. This is journalism, by the way, in 2022. It's no more reliable than the fuck... Again, you get kids graduating with a fucking 1.8 from a junior college who are now journalists because they go on Twitter, see something, and write a story about it. Anyways. Escape the worsening homeless crisis. More and more encampments were seen popping up in the residential neighborhoods in Portland. In certain neighborhoods in North Portland, particularly along the Peninsula Crossing Trail, this is America, folks, and homeless encampments have grown and only seem to be increasing. Well, that's what happens. This is the result of liberalism, whatever you want to call it, progressivism. Look at it. It's beautiful. Beautiful Portland.
All right, just get the hell out of here, huh? I got a goddamn...
Many families are selling their homes due to an increase in violence and homeless camps in the area. You didn't see this coming? It's only been happening for the last fucking 8 years. Greg Dilks, I wonder what his nickname was, a resident of North Portland for almost 30 years, told KGW8, and here he is talking, and listen to the outrage in his voice. This guy, he is so mad. Go ahead.
For sale signs line what were once sought-after neighborhoods in North Portland.
It makes you not feel that great about living here.
Many families are moving out of the city, escaping the homelessness and crime that's taking over the streets.
It makes living in the neighborhood harder and just not as congenial as it could be.
Greg Dilks has lived in North Portland for 30 years and says homeless camps along the Peninsula Crossing Trail near his home have changed the area.
Look at that.
It's the first time in a long time that we've actually seriously thought about moving.
Mental health, drug addiction, and just not having access to housing.
Mark Smith and Maria Inocencio share a backyard with the camp.
Not having access to housing. In other words, it's society's fault. The government's not doing enough. Did any of those people sound even a little out?
It's a weird granola thing.
That's
up
right.
there.
No, they're pot-smoking fucking hippies. Seriously, whose brains have been fried. I'm not fucking kidding you. It's unfair, one lady said. But do you hear them? They just noticed now it's a mess. Like this happened 2 nights ago. It's not congenial anymore. I'd be out there grabbing the mic from the fucking news lady. I'm going to spray these fuckers with napalm tonight. They don't get off my lawn. That's as mad as you get. People are taking dumps in your driveway. It's not as fun anymore. So me and Pocahontas are going to move to Vermont. Smoke weed up there until we're numb. Go ahead.
They often don't feel safe walking alone or tending to their gardens.
Tending to their gardens.
Why is everyone so fucking stupid?
In Portland.
Why aren't more people intelligent, like me?
In Portland. Oh, my God. I love it. I love it, though. Remember, we're talking about Portland, Oregon. Remember their mayor during all the riots a couple years ago telling the cops not to do anything? Remember, to stand down? And then he had the balls to show his face at a protest the next day, remember? And the people that he was backing all started booing him. They chased him right out of the goddamn... He's a fucking Marxist. How much more evidence do you people on the left need? Is it all about you just beating the Republicans? Is that all it's about? Or you're fine with this until it comes to your house? You tit one this. You can't pull up... Listen to this. You can't pull up on a street and decide, I'm going to live here. It's just not fair to the community, said Judy Kane, who lives on the corner of North. It's not fair, Judy. It's not fair. They're cheating. Corner of North Princeton and Stanford. Perfect. Named after two really liberal colleges. An RV now sits outside her kitchen window. You know what? You voted these people in.
You deserve it.
Yeah. If your votes count, either that or they're appointed, and you chose to live there.
Problem.
So.
You're the fucking problem.
Yeah, you are.
You fucking Dr. White, onking jamrag, arcing spunk bubble. I'm telling you, H. You keep looking at me, I'm going to put you in the fucking ground. I promise you. Not this time.
Will you please watch that movie, Dale? You'll thank me for the next 50 years. Honestly, Gianna will love it too. Kingsley is the scariest little motherfucker. So good. A reel to describe what it's like to live in Portland and the fact there has been a surge of residents moving to the suburbs over the past 2 years because they've had enough, you know?
Bye-bye.
And it's too bad because that's a beautiful state, or it was, right? Out west and whatnot. Again, I call it West Coast stupid. That new age psychology, I learned all this from reading, took hold out in California in the 50s, you know, find your inner child, horseshit, hippie, Hashberry, hate street, fucking, and they still believe in it. Well, speaking to KGW8, Lauren Linquinta said most people don't want to have to worry about it if they can leave their car parked in their driveway overnight without maybe having it broken into. She explained that the topic is sensitive. See? Again, why? Why would you be afraid to step on somebody's toes? You have every right to be there. You pay taxes, you go to work. But I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Fuck sensitivity. That's how you got there. Be a dick. Start chasing them with flamethrowers. Sure, you're going to go to jail, but do something. She explained that the topic is sensitive for the residents there as the situation only gets more unpredictable due to homelessness people settling down wherever they want. The type and nature of these homeless people, now she's going to give them an excuse for them, cannot be determined firsthand, causing fear amongst the residents. Why don't you just assume they're all dangerous like I do? And they're out. See how that works, Judy? Whatever your name is, you dink. That's it for the week, except for you people who are monthly subscribers. You got another one coming. Don't forget to get off of the Comics Gym. We're closing that up at the end of the month. And move over to Patreon. And you know what? I got to thank a lot of you have already done that. You're loyal. You're efficient at it. And we got new people joining Patreon. The show's starting to pick up steam again, and not that it ever didn't. People still come out to see me. Good night. No, I got nothing. So get off, move to Patreon is my point. Don't forget Cameo.com. If you want me to roast a friend or relative, go to Cameo.com. OnlyFan, what is it called?
OnlyFans.
Not OnlyFan. That's right, I'll be in my underwear railing about communist China. What's it called?
Shoutout.fans.
Shout out. I was close. Wow. Shout out. I'll just think of a stain remover. Shout out dot fans. That's like a kind of a patriotic version of Cameo. Before I go, I forgot it's Thursday already. I got to thank you guys again who are the backbone of the show for backing us financially. Thanks to everyone that's making the move from the Comics Gym over to our Patreon page. If you are listening at the Comics Gym right now, please make the move to my Patreon page today if you want to continue to support the show. Patreon.com/The Nick DiPaolo Show. The show is free there every day, but subscribers get additional content and some free merchandise depending on your subscription level. Thank you guys for moving. I appreciate it very much. Here's some of the people. Ivana Fistersnatch.
Ivana Fistersnatch.
There you go. Ivana Fistersnatch. Dallas read that beautifully. Here I am, the comic, not picking up on the Ivana part. That's a German guy. Said Ivana Fistersnatch. Scott Boucher. That's how that's pronounced, by the way. Jerry Ramirez. I also want to welcome our newest patrons. This is what gets me excited. Jessica, Bortolotti. Nice Italian name. Martin from Poland. I'm wondering if that's not Martin from England, the guy that doing all the work in my bathroom and kitchen. Steel guitar player. I need to call him for some advice. My friggin' guitar, again, the high frets, I'm bending the notes, and the action's too low. I sound like Peter Criss. He's a drummer, Nick. Okay. Diane Finley, and one-time contributions from Norman Felscock. Mark Blessing. Again, thank all of you guys for keeping this show up and running. You guys think it, I'll say it. You're very welcome. See you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.